Hello and welcome back to Women's Football Talk, the YouTube channel that brings you all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. Now before we get into today's video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell so you never miss a video of ours. So today sees the start of our team by team preview for this upcoming 2022-2023 WSL season. So over these next couple of days we'll have videos on all 12 teams as we get ever closer to the start of the new Barclays WSL season. So today of course we're starting with Arsenal. Now last season the Gunners finished second in Jonas Eidevall's first ever season in charge at the club here in England, and it was a very good season for the Gunners, finishing runners up. They'll obviously be looking to go that one step extra this season. Obviously they could have, it went down to the final day to win the title where they were nipped by London rivals Chelsea. However, into this second season under Jonas Eidevall, the Gunners won't take that long to get used to his play style and won't take in any more adjusting period. Obviously now players will be coming back from the international break over the course of this next week or so, so that may be a bit of a nuisance, not just for Arsenal but for all 12 teams that have lost players to this international break. So that is going to be the only bit of annoying things from the start of last season to the start of this season. However, apart from that, it's going to be pretty much the same as Arsenal were last season. They've made two new signings in Swedish international Lena Hurtig and American goalkeeper Kayla Marchese. So only the two new comings as of time of recording for Arsenal, but it's going to be a very resolute team as last season. Players to watch out for, obviously there's of course England's Beth Mead, who had a fantastic season for Arsenal and England under Jonas Eidevall. She finished off with 13 goals and 15 assists in all competitions last season and went on to have a fantastic European Championship. So I fully expect Beth Mead to continue her fantastic form once again and be amongst the players of the season conversation come what may. Another player that obviously you have to look at is Viviana Miedema, the all-time top goal scorer in the WSL, will once again provide the goals for Jonas Eidevall's side, and it's one where I also expect her to add more assists to her game as well, because once you saw the emergence of the signing of Stina Blackstenius in January, Miedema seemed to play a bit more deeper in her role, and it's a move that I can see that playing a bit more effectively to Miedema's standpoint and help her get more assists in her game. And then obviously you look at centre half Leah Williamson, massive part of Arsenal's defence. I mean, when she got injured last November for a month against Tottenham Hotspurs, they seemed a bit shaky at times at the back, and obviously we'll be hoping that they can have a fit full term, not just with Leah Williamson but the whole team this season. And then obviously when you see Leah Williams' defence, absolutely fantastic. I mean, throughout the European Championships just gone this past summer, she didn't even make a single challenge because she was that good. And then her long range passing can help start the attacks within a matter of minutes, really, in a matter of seconds, sorry, and it's just going to be very key to see how they do. Obviously the other thing Arsenal have to look out for as well is not just the Conti Cup and the FA Cup when they come along, but they will also be in qualifying stage for the Champions League to contend with, as well as the league to early start on. So can Jonas Eidevall get the right mixture of giving players enough playing time so that they're used to it, and come later on in the season there's the full fluidity, but at the same time not risk injury in these competitions. And obviously all Arsenal fans will want them to get into the Champions League this season, and they have a strong possibility of doing that if they win their second round tie. They will obviously go into the group stages, but it's going to be a very, very big situation for Jonas Eidevall to get a hold of this early on in the season. Is can he get that right balance of playing the best players and getting the right minutes so that players aren't getting burnout come what the back end of 2022 before we head into the Christmas break. But for me, just on a whole, I think Arsenal again will do really well. I think it's one of them where a title challenge is obviously not out of the question, and it's too hard to predict who I think will win the title between themselves and Chelsea. Again, it wouldn't surprise me if potentially we come down to the final day of the season again to determine who does end up becoming champions of the Barclays WSL. Right, we'll be back later with our second preview. That is of course going to be Aston Villa as we continue the countdown to the start of the new Barclays WSL season right here on Women's Football Talk. But like I said at the start, make sure you subscribe with the post notification bell turned on and following us on Instagram and on Twitter for all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. And until next time, we'll see you soon.